Hi, everyone. My name is Matt Harnick, and this is Focus Friday, our weekly video segment where we focus on you and learn more about your business. Please make sure to connect with us so we can meet you and feature you and your business in our weekly spotlight. This week, I'd like to welcome Vic Patalano with the Mattress Outlet of Abington. Hi, Vic. Thanks for coming in today and tell us a little more about what you do.
I'm going to put my screen thing on.
There you
I
go.
am Vic Patalano, and my company is Mattress Outlet of Abington. And we'll probably tell a story about how I started it, but it's really about giving back and supporting the community and doing something that's good for the family and good for everybody else, because everybody's got to sleep.
Okay. Well, that actually was my first question, how you started your business. So you led right into that.
Yeah. How I started it was part to do something good for myself and good for everybody else, but also part of being tired of working for somebody else and not really being happy and fulfilled with what I was doing. So I did what I've done so many times, go on a Craigslist and say, and find a job, which never really work quite well, mostly is opportunities. So I found a listing that said, be a mattress guy, be your own boss. I'm like, okay. So it was a video. It was interesting. I liked it. So I showed my wife. It's a business. It was a business opportunity at the time. And she looked with the video. She goes, oh, mattresses? Everybody needs to sleep. You know how to sell. We'll get the money from mom to start the company. Go ahead and do it. I'm like, what? I fell off my chair. Literally, I kind of put myself up. I said, so you want me to do this? She goes, yes. That was 9 years ago. Yeah, a little over $1 million worth of sales, 20,000 mattresses. I'm among the largest companies of my kind in the Delaware Valley. Sure, there's lots bigger companies, but to do what I do in 2,000 square feet, it's worked well.
That's awesome. Well, that kind of led me into that next question, which you're sort of answering in terms of why you started your business. Can you give us any sense of what was going on at the time that you wanted to start your own thing?
I was working at Nutrisystem, another Upper Dublin-based company, and it was like not what I expected at all. They kind of like, you're going to do this, and you're going to make this. It didn't happen. So I'm like, I got to get out of here. I was trapped in a box, having people call in. It really wasn't me. So I saw the ad and I was like, I need to do this. So it just kind of struck me. It just seemed like the right thing to do. So I did it. It was under somebody else's guise. It was an opportunity that I did their thing, but it evolved into being able to do things completely my way. So at this point, I'm my own business. I do what I want, how I want. I'm completely independent. And I have complete autonomy to do what I want to do. I mean, as a true entrepreneur. So literally I look in the mirror each morning and like, all right, if it's to be, it's up to me. So I do what I need to do in order to do all the support, make everything go, and under promise and over deliver on a daily basis.
Okay. And I'm sure I don't have to tell you this. There's a lot of mattress stores out there. What makes you unique in that regard?
Transparency, simplicity, making the process easy. When you go to a store, you're going to be greeted by the guy in the suit and tie. He's going to immediately show you all the good stuff, and you'll have to settle for what you actually can afford. So I do what the stores do without the pressure, without the complication, and I make the process simple. So the reducing the stress, be more of a consultant than actually a salesperson. So the customers pretty much buy on their own. I show them what they need, they get the right price, they go through the process, and they're happy with what they get, and they generally refer me, and that's how I built my business.
Okay, so tell me about the process. Like someone walks in, I walk into your store, and I know I need a new mattress, and I meet you. How does that go? Do you do like a needs analysis? Like how does it work exactly?
Yeah, I greet them and I welcome the Mattress Outlet, and then I ask them a series of questions, many questions about what they need, their goals, who it's for, the time frame that they want it, the size that they need, and then I show them a variety of mattresses, and they usually they lay on them, And we narrow it down to 3. And this may sound crazy, but it works, is literally, I actually put the mattresses on the floor and let them lay on all of them, and they roll from one to the other, and they immediately feel the difference. And they're like, oh yeah, I can feel it. That's the one. And that's what I do. It it's the roll test.
I
It
love
seems
that.
crazy, but people like it. And except for the old folks, the seniors, I have to have a whole different process, which is a little more work, but it works. And I do very well with the seniors, by the way. There's like I guess because I'm closer to their age, there's a trust factor, and they feel good about the fact that I'm going to do the things in their best interest, because seniors get taken advantage of a lot. And I'm very, very, very conscious on doing things the way they want to do it, the right way, knowing what their needs are, because that's a very different purchase for a senior than it is for a young person.
Agreed. Agreed. I work with seniors as well, selling houses, and we also have very much a consultative approach. So I appreciate that. It's, here's what we do, here's what we have. With me,
Yeah.
it's, here's these different houses, and obviously I'm the person taking them through the houses and showing them what's available, but it's up to them to figure out which one works for them. And I appreciate that process. That's very much like what we do. And speaking of which, we had talked about a little bit about your commitment to support the local community. Tell me more about how that plays into your business.
Well, I'm a very big proponent on shop local. And my customers that agree with that concept love the fact that literally this is as local as it gets. All the money that comes in supports the community and stays within the community, supports my kids who go to the local schools in Upper Dublin. And it's the giving back part of it is really important. So I do a lot of community service work as well, both within Abington and Upper Dublin. And it's all a big process that all revolves around itself. I help people, they help me, and we all work together for the common good, which is to get maximum amount of value to the people for their dollars, and always make sure that they get that value. That's what it's all about.
And how do you feel when someone comes into the store and say, I was referred by, a previous customer? I mean, that's got to feel really good to you.
It does. It's about a third of my business. A third of it is existing customers. A third of it is my network overall, which is pretty broad. I do a lot of networking. And then a third of it is organic traffic through the internet, through a variety of means. Big challenge, because the internet is crazy with the process and how it goes about. I'm still figuring that out most specifically. I got some next level stuff that I think is coming that should work well, that I'm going to be put in place, and it's working. It's working really well.
Tell me how things were for you over the last year and a half or so, even still, in terms of COVID. Did that change your process at all, or your business?
I don't think we have time for the full price. So the whole idea of supply chain getting messed up with COVID hit the mattress business in a really, really big way, because all the manufacturing components that go into a mattress and or a box spring got affected. So the furniture business is really whacked to a point where I just it's just too difficult to keep up with. Metal, anything that's metal, it's virtually impossible to get.
Yeah.
So the components, the springs, the foam, the fabric for the covers, it's all taken its toll. So it goes up and down and in and out. So, and the biggest change was the fact that the bed in a box industry got really, really, really affected, because there's very few American-made companies that are doing this, and most of it's overseas. And long story, the government had to shut part of it down because of some dumping involved, and that set us back for a ways. But that's coming back, and that's the wave of the future. That's coming, where every product that I have is going to be You like it, great. It's in a box. Here we go. You can drive away with it, or I can deliver it really easily. We're close to being able to do that. It's that's the new thing.
Okay. So, bottom line is you really did adapt because you had to. I mean, and
Oh,
obviously,
that pivot thing I did 3 times,
yeah,
literally. I didn't have any choice. It just evolved, it changed, evolved, it changed.
right.
Did what I had to do. Customers didn't really want to come in, so I had to do stuff over the phone, which is a big challenge because
Yep.
buying a mattress kind of
Right.
important to actually see, touch, and feel it. And
Yeah.
then that came back in a big way. And now people are like, well, you're with the variant and all that stuff. So I really do require masks in my shop for everybody's protection.
Yep.
Most people get that. Sometimes it's the customer's discretion. If they're vaccinated, let them take it off. I'll keep mine on still, just for precautionary. You do what you got to do to be safe. It's super important.
Yeah. Well, listen, thanks. Thanks for sharing all this information with us. And to those of you out there, obviously next time you need a mattress, make sure you look up Vic. All his information is going to be below this video when you're watching it and seeing it on Facebook, etc. And please make sure to connect with us so that way we can meet you and focus on you and your business in our next weekly segment.
Yep.
Vic, thanks again for coming out.
Consultation is probably the easiest way to do. If there's a one phone call, and I direct people to the right source if I can't do it for whatever reason, unlikely as it may be. So I'm a resource. That's the important thing to understand with this whole process, is that I know stuff. I'll help you get it done.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming out today. I appreciate you meeting with us.
Thank you, Matt. Pleasure.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.